Amazing. He's amazing. Like, I was on the bus back and I was thinking like, how can I like explain Simon Peter? Like, how can I was like, I don't have, what I can say is, I remember that part of my walk and I remember feeling like that and what he's feeling and how far he's come. And I'm just gonna speak directly to him because that's why I wanted him to make that video. I was like, I gotta see you smile. I gotta hear you laugh. When he laughs, it's like a volcano. Make sure. All right. I was like, the only place that can handle his laughter is away from a lot of people outside, and maybe the clouds won't turn into thunder if he laughs. So I'm like, okay. I remember doing that before I got to his house. I was walking through, I was coming from, I think at this point, I was in Anaheim, and I was walking around for like the entire day, and I ended up at this construction site, and I walked through that, and it turned pitch black. And I couldn't see anything, and the spirit was like, keep walking, and I was walking. Next thing I knew, I was like on top of scaffolds and taking one step at a time, and my foot might slip for a second, and then you hear coyotes, and I didn't even know they had coyotes in California, but apparently they do. And then my rock reaches out to me because he sees I'm still making videos and I'm ministering to people and delivering prophetic words through these videos. And all I knew at that time was someday these videos are going to be watched by people. Like there's something I'm doing. That's why the Spirit's wanted me to do it. So I was doing that. Then he reaches out to me and he's just like, hey, I'm going to send you some money. I want you to come to Oceanside. Now, at the time, I had woken up, I think, at 4 a.m. on the pavement. And there's a few other places I woke up. But I was just out here like, okay, you know, what does the Spirit want me to do? So I definitely remember that part of the walk. And to see my rock go through my footsteps is very, that's what a father wants, you know. And what people don't understand is that man that you just saw is Abel, Noah. In another lifetime, he was Moses, and then Simon Peter. So he has been going through a whole bunch of things. And the reason he has been going through a whole bunch of things is because he is my firstborn. So I'm extremely proud of him, and we have taken the same walk. He is the wind beneath my wings. And I was trying to figure out, I don't want him in my shadow. So we've kind of gone back and forth. Sometimes I was in his shadow. Sometimes he was in my shadow. Our walks are so similar. Sometimes he was a deliverer. Sometimes I was a deliverer. In this lifetime, as well as the Bible, he has been my father, my son, my brother. He has been my right-hand man in all kinds of battles and wars, including this lifetime. We have gone through it together. He has been the only voice of reason. And Simon Peter, you remember when I first got there and we were talking in the garage and I told you everybody else left but you. And then I said, I had to ask you to leave to go get your brothers and sisters. Now you understand. So my whole plan was to prepare him, because this time we're not going to go like this. This time we're already in the helicopter, 10,000 feet above. Both of us sitting side by side. My chair's a little higher, but that's just because that's what it is. It's because I'm older than you. But everything else is ours. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We've been through a lot together. I want to thank you for being my father, for being not my heavenly father, but for being my earthly father, for when mine, and for being my brother. Amen. And I know what you've gone through. I know what you've sacrificed for me. And this is why you are, without a doubt, the most amazing, strongest, kindest, most compassionate, smartest, wisest, most talented, most beautiful man on this earth. Because I'm not quite just the man, so I don't count in that category. So I was trying to figure out a way I could display my glory perfectly. It's going to take the rest of eternity. So the other things we'll discuss in person, but it's going to be wild. It's going to be fun. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be biblical. Enjoy it out there. Take some time for yourself. You have served your people well. Well done. I don't call you servant. I call you son because you shine like one. No, I call you Simon Peter. And I want to thank you for denying me 3 times. Thank you for that. Because if you didn't, I'm glad that you followed orders. I know it was hard for you. If you would have been on a cross next to me, it would have made it so much harder. So thank you for doing that. I know that was hard. I know that stuck with you for a while. But that taught you to be prepared for what was coming when it was your turn. So I wanted you to see it happen to me so that you had time to think about it. You could enjoy the moments and be like, well, mine won't be like his. And I'm sorry you had to go through that. But that's part of glory. Because I want people to meet their biblical hero. Moses, Abraham, Noah. Everything we've been through is so that you can tell the story. Use the Spirit. The Spirit gives you the words. There you go. And then you use what we've gone through in this particular lifetime. We've gone through all of those stories. I was right there with you. That's why it's been so hard. So that you can receive the proper glory you deserve. And I know when people say things about you, it gets to you. Same thing. That's only reason I called you that name that one time was like, well, that's part of it. They're going to call me that. They have called me that. You have to get over that. Because you know who you are. And that's another reason I was drilling it into you so hard. Be you, be you, be you. Because if you didn't walk in that, you wouldn't have the faith you have now. So I know it's been hard. It's not going to be hard anymore. Because you're prepared. You're ready. And we're going to have a lot of fun. I promise. So enjoy Missouri. Thank you again for passing that test. And thank you for doing it perfect like I knew you would. That's why I always came to you. I was like, if I need it done perfectly, I go to Noah. If I need it done perfectly, I'm going to Moses. If I need it done perfectly, Simon Peter, my rock. Because they will never know how hard it was. They will never know what it was like, but you do. And the two of us can tell the story as two witnesses. That's biblical. And then we know what it was like when we died and then we're resurrected. We know what that was. Remember that? That's why it's been so hard. But that is also what's made you so much stronger. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're prepared. Maverick and Goose. This time no one's dying. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And do some things for yourself. Of course, follow the spirit, but enjoy your life without things hanging over your head and without worrying about all kinds of things that you don't have to worry about. You worry about enjoying yourself. Job well done. Thank you. I love you more than you know, and I cannot wait to speak to you, see your videos, and have the pleasure of being in your presence. I love you, boy.